Hey folks, Pat here from D&S. This Madison Area Fishing Report is current as of May 6th. A lot going on here at the shop. We got the opener tonight at midnight, so everybody's going to be in here getting geared up today, and tomorrow morning is going to be kind of crazy here at the shop, so I'm going to try to make this quick. Got a lot going on, but also got a lot to talk about. So I got a couple of visual aids here. Big news, regular season store hours start today. So starting now, we're back open at 6 a.m. every day. So really appreciate everybody's patience through the last 8 weeks while we kind of got our feet under us here at the shop, getting settled in and getting ready for the opener and getting things put together here. So also wanted to huge thank you to Noah Humfeld, who came through last night, made a great presentation here at the shop. We also posted it on Facebook Live. I highly encourage you go check that out. It was very informative. Noah is a very knowledgeable person, but also very entertaining. So you can watch his video and really get a lot of good inspiration for where to try tomorrow. And it was a great multi-species report. So no matter what you're looking for, you'll be able to get some nuggets of knowledge out of that presentation. Also really got to thank Joe Okada, who came through and helped with the technical side of things, brought in his equipment and showed me how all that works. And hopefully we'll get something going when we start these back up in the fall for getting ready for ice fishing. And I really appreciate him coming through. But again, Noah just gave a great presentation. Make sure you check that out. We did a prize giveaway, so we'll be doing more of those too. But was a really great time, and thanks to everybody that made it out and tuned in on Facebook Live. Otherwise, other big news, leeches. We got leeches coming in. I was previously told that we weren't going to be able to get them. All the lakes up north are froze over, but Golan Bait Farm in Dodgeville is our bait supplier. A guy called me last night and said he was going to be able to get some. They're just going to be the medium size, so not the jumbos people really like. And we're going to have a limited quantity of them, but we'll have some in-house for the opener, so that's good news. Otherwise, around the shop, we've been getting stuff ready. We got our bait minnow tanks back up and running at full speed, and we're going to get a fresh stock here probably by 11 o'clock this morning of walleye fatheads, crappie fatheads, musky suckers, pike suckers, and large shiners. So we'll be back up running to full speed there bait-wise. And then, yeah, just stocking the shelves. These Bobby Garland plastics been flying off the shelves. They're super popular. We got all our hard baits stocked up. We got plastics ready to roll for bass folks. We got spinners and spinner baits, bass stuff, jigs for Ned rigs, all the bass jigs you could want. Also, we're able to get some blade baits in finally. Those have been in pretty scarce supply because all the components are made over in China. So all the blade bait companies have been really struggling to just get anything out the door. So we're happy to get a few of those in. So come check that out. Got tackle boxes up on the wall. Plano makes these great soft bags that have been really popular, and they have a super cool backpack that I know is going to be real popular. Fly fishing stuff continues to be a struggle. I've just been focusing on getting ready for the opener here, but now with that sort of out of the way, hopefully I'll have more time to focus on the fly stuff, and stay tuned on social media where we'll be posting some of that stuff. But we do have fly lines. We do have some locally tied flies. Got a few rods in from St. Croix and a couple reels, so we can still set you up if you stop in. But let's get to the report then. We got. I'm basically just gonna go through and kind of give a highlights of what Noah talked about last night, because and again, I would just save yourself the time and go watch his presentation, because it's very in depth and very informative. But things to look for here for the opener would be up in Cherokee. Bass have been really good up there. Heard about some 3-4 pounders getting pulled out of there. Crappies are starting to filter in the shallow water. This warmer weather is starting to get fish more in the mood to get up shallow and start getting ready to do their thing. Catfish around the 113 bridge have been picking up lately. I've heard about several reports of fish in that 20-pound range, so that's great to hear. Also in the north end of Mendota, a lot of good catfish reports coming out of there. I had a few guys in the shop this week come out of Iowa to come over here to catfish, which is kind of cool to see. Folks in Iowa are seem to be super passionate about catfishing, and they travel, and they know our catfish populations here are legendary, so they're happy to make the trip, and they've been also having some good success. Other things around the chain have been I've been hearing the bass guys. I've been particularly down here along the city shoreline, been hearing the bass guys being pretty annoyed at all the walleyes they're catching because they're looking for bass, but those pesky walleyes keep jumping in their boat. But it's kind of a weird thing to hear people complain about. But those walleyes down here, the temps on Mendota have been really cool. I think the warmest temp I heard all week was 48 degrees. So those walleyes are just finishing spawning. They're going to be got the feed bag on, and this whole city shoreline's been full of walleyes lately. Also up here on the north end, been hearing about some walleyes kind of on the break here in the shallow and up in the shallow areas. Noah was saying he doesn't really even troll or look for walleyes this time of year any deeper than 6 or 8 feet, really, maybe even 4 feet. He was talking about trolling stick baits last night, and that's where he has most of his success. So, look for fish up on the north end here, shallow areas along here, along the Middleton side. And like I said, the city shoreline has been producing walleyes for the bass guys. Down here on Monona, Noah was saying, muskies, a lot of muskie guys want to get out and do the muskie thing. He was saying he suggests using going smaller this time of year. The cool water doesn't have them quite with their full feed bag on yet. He said you're probably going to do best musky fishing if you're fishing for walleyes or bass using those smaller lures. But the muskies are out there to be caught. Of course, Monona is a legendary lake. Other spots, look for walleyes up here along Olbrick in the shallow water up there along the shore has been or is promising. Of course, the outlet for the Harbor River is a great spot to troll around and jig in there. A lot of good contour changes in there. People have been catching fish down here off the Monona Terrace. Still a good crappie location there. Slip bobbers and little minnow have been good. The triangles just continue to be a fish factory, cranking out crappies still, but the bluegills I've heard have started to move in there along the tracks is good. And this whole Brittingham shoreline has been great. So that's definitely a great location if you're looking to get a little fish fry. Lake Wingra, it's going to be a real popular spot with musky folks tomorrow. Noah was saying a lot of the fish in there, good numbers, but the bigger fish are going to be out on the main lake here. So obviously, fish wherever you want. Wingra is a great lake for muskies, but he says you get a lot of the 30-inch muskies in there, that age or size class. Bigger fish are going to be out here on Monona. He also suggested where the channel comes out of Squaw Bay here. Try that for muskies, good area. But Squaw Bay in general is full of fish. These channels here warm up quick, great areas to try for panfish. Winnequauk Park too continues to produce panfish in there, and also fishermen have been reporting getting some good shiners, and they go in there for bait. It's been a great location to catch some free bait. Otherwise, if you need some bait, I know a guy. Otherwise, Lattice Park over here continues to produce fish. I feel like it might have slowed down in the last week or so, but still some bluegills to be caught up there. You got to sort through them maybe. Mud Lake is absolutely full of panfish right now around the edges of the dredge hole here. You got your shallow edges that go along. Up here, great areas to be looking for bass, and some walleyes in there shallow too, where they're looking to spawn and coming out of spawn and looking for food. The current area between Upper Mud and Wabisa in this trestle with the bike path going over. There's also some fishing piers there, some great access for real multi-species spot there. You never really know what you'll catch. Lake Farm areas, of course, good for bass right now, and panfish are moving into that shallow water. Noah was saying one of his favorite spots to troll for walleyes is in this north end of Wabisa, shallow up here. Again, all the fish are enjoying the warmer, shallower water. So that's where you're going to want to target most of your fishing for opening day. Down here at Goodland Park and along Christie's, the rock pile out here is a great spot to look for muskies and pike and the south end down here, this South Bay, real shallow down there. Warms up good and can be full of panfish this time of year. I know I've done well trolling or fishing for panfish down here. Noah also suggested trolling along the shoreline over here, the southwest or east shoreline. Babcock Park, great spot to take kids, and you never really know what you'll get in there. The little dam spillway there is good. Kegonsa is a great spot for walleyes. Some good opportunities to troll here. Kind of just a big bowl of a lake, but not a ton of structure. But trolling these edges and the points out here by the park are good. Fish camp where the river dumps in this area. Got some accessible fishing piers there. Can be some great opportunities. That's I would say they're my ideas for around the chain, but I learned a lot of that from Noah last night. So again, log on and watch that presentation if you got time. He really has some gems, some good nuggets of knowledge that he drops in there. So down here to the Rock River, I haven't heard a ton going on. I think the walleye is pretty much done down there, spawning, and they're kind of moving back into their summer spots, but they're definitely hungry. So if you can find some deeper holes and corners and stuff like that, you're going to find fish. The outlet here for the Rock River on Lake Koshkonong is always a pretty sure bet. Fort Atkinson area has got some little pockets in there where you can find fish. The Jefferson Dam, I've heard about white bass running up there, so if you're into white bass, give that a shot. Up on the rivers, they continue to do what they do. The Prairie du Sac Dam has still holding some walleyes. They're post spawn now, but they're very hungry, and so they're ready to eat. And this whole area up through here you can find some great walleyes in there, but they're starting to disperse throughout the river again, back to their spots. Lake Wisconsin, heard some good reports of panfish still in the shallow bays, and pretty much like everywhere else. Shallow water, warmer water is where you're gonna find the fish out here. Noah reported a great shared some pics. Maybe I mentioned that last time of some clients that he put on some fishes. It looks like they had a great day. Wisconsin Dells, I've been hearing about some good numbers up there at the dam area, and some good numbers of some walleyes in there still, and some huge crappies, and white bass pushing up there too. White bass is going to be a real popular thing on a lot of the rivers right now. So if you're into that, it can be a ton of fun, and some good size too. You get hooked into those 15, 16-inch white bass, you're in for a ride, and it can be a ton of fun. They're real aggressive. Up on Pettenwell and Castle Rock, the dams continue to produce fish here. I guess I haven't heard much about the lakes proper, but I'm sure they're doing well on fish. Also haven't heard a lot out of the Mississippi River. I think flows are still kind of high over there, so but I'm sure they're coming down now, and yeah, that's always worth a look over there. I think the steelhead deal over here in the rivers is pretty much done. I haven't heard much from anybody getting steelhead out there. I'm sure somebody out there could prove me wrong with some picks, but the harbors along here have been good. I've been hearing about some cohos out in the main lake. Sheboygan and up the whole coast is good. The fish are pretty much done up here at the pier. I have heard about some white bass moving in there, good thick. That's always a fun time. But the walleyes have moved out into the lake here, and they got the feed bag on now, so they are ready to eat. I guess that's pretty much it. That's all I can think of. Warm water wise, trout fishing continues to be good. Streams are in great shape around the area. We haven't had any downpours per se, but I continue to hear good reports of hatches, caddis, darker caddis, and the blue-winged olives have been good for trout on the dry flies. Of course, streamers and nymphs are also doing great on the fly side of things. Anyway, this has gone on longer than I thought, but a lot of important stuff to cover. I really want to thank you for tuning in. I want to wish everybody a safe and prosperous opener. Stop in the shop here and join the circus. It should be a madhouse in here, but that's a good thing business-wise, and glad to see people getting out. So share your pics and reports below from the opener and comments. Always love to hear that. And yeah, good luck, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.